Hi, this is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle, and we're back to preview projects that will be coming up this week. A lot of folks have sent things in over the last few days, and my backlog usually runs about a week, and I've just had a chance to get away from some of that to show you some of the upcoming projects that I have in my shop that I will be working on. We'll talk about which ones I plan to do videos on. And if you have an interest on one of the ones that perhaps I'm not doing a video on, then please let me know, and I'll try and schedule a video as time permits. So we're going to start. These just got dropped off to me. I have a Shimano. I have a pair of Shimano FX 300s that has the quick fire bail on it. One of them is kind of missing the button up top here. Not a big deal. It can still be fished. But one of them, it's this one. This one, the spool does not go up and down on. So we've got an issue there with the crosswind block, and we'll take it apart. Somebody also asked for a video to explain how a rear drag works. So maybe as I get through the servicing of this one, we'll stop and we'll do a secondary video on the mechanics behind the rear drag reel. Try to say that 3 times fast. This one's very sluggish, but it is performing the way it should. And the question on that rear drag, interestingly enough, was if you tighten all of this down, how can the spool go up and down? They're thinking, the same way that you tighten down the top. Well, we'll save that for the video, but that is a good question, and I will respond to that as best I can during the week. So we've got a lot of packages that came in. I got this one in. Here's a customer reviewer asked me if I could make one reel out of 2. This reel seems to be working well. There's definitely a grind in the burring. This reel's kind of noisy as well, so we'll probably pick and pull parts. For example, this body is nice. The rotor and everything is a lot cleaner than this one is, but this one seems to be working a little bit better than this one. So we'll play around with that. They're both the 4500 Shimano bait runners, and we'll see which one is better suited to restore to make the 2 out of the 1. I guess they picked one up at theirs wasn't working. They picked one up at a flea market and thought that they could do it themselves. Didn't work out quite that way. Okay, let's see what this one is. This one comes to us from Garrett. Looks like there's 2 reels in here. So we have a Pfluger Akron. I think somebody had actually asked about this one. We have a Pfluger Akron. Well, seems like I'm getting a lot of these lately for whatever reason. Be happy to do that if I think somebody's actually got that on a request list. And what I'll do is, if you ask for a reel and I don't have it in my shop, well, I have this list that I maintain, and if it comes to that, I can always do a video when one comes into my shop. Well, this looks like I don't see a name on this one. An interesting one, made in the U.S. I'm going to have to do some work on what this one is, but a nice German silver with etching on the side plates. Kind of looks like maybe a J.C. Higgins or something. I'm not sure. All right, well, we'll do some look on that and see if we can't put that servicing there. Here's another one that came in. Let's see what this involves. So I generally work on just about anything that shows up. I do older reels, and it looks like I've had a share of them. I don't know if folks are watching the channel and just seeing that I'm doing the older reels and all of a sudden send them in, because this looks like another one of those, interestingly enough. They're relatively simple, but you can be intimidated by it if you don't do the things that I recommend. Number 1, being patient. Secondly, don't force anything. take pictures along the way so that you don't get confused. And that generally is a ticket for success. If you're doing this as a hobby, it's always fun that you learn the mechanics behind reels. And boy, this one's an interesting one, isn't it? So this one is a St. Clair. So I do believe that the St. Clair series was made by Ocean City. Ocean City had a series of bait casting reels that were named for, I believe, bodies of water, but they all seem to be saints. So we'll see if we can't help there in terms of getting that one working. It seems a little tight. Let's keep moving here. This one, I think, probably get a lot of requests for. This one came in from Terry. It's a reel in a bag project, or actually, it's a reel in a bag in a box project. So this one is a Shimano, and got started on it and didn't quite get finished on it. So I think this might be the Sustain. I'm kind of looking. It's a Stratic. It's an early Stratic in pieces and parts, and a challenge to go ahead and put that back together again. So hopefully all the pieces and parts are there, and if they are, I'll see if I can do a video on it. These are usually a little tough to do the videos on because it's a lot of stopping, staring, double checking, all kinds of ways, because you didn't take it apart to begin with, right? So trying to follow where the pieces and parts are and the like makes it difficult from time to time. Now, I just did one of these for Don, and hopefully we'll be able to make Terry's work again as well. Moving right along then, here's two more of these. They just came out. I think these were sent in by Robert. So we got all of a sudden everybody wants me to do the old-timer reels. That's cool. I like doing the old ones. This one's a direct drive, or direct O drive, I'm not quite sure. It's working. It's a Shakespeare reel. It's a model EH. I think the E in the Shakespeare model codes is the 1960s. I could be wrong on that one. It might be the 50s. But at any rate, this one should be fun. I don't know if I've done a direct drive. I'll check my library. If I haven't done a direct drive, I'll certainly add it to my list. And again, those of you that are interested in the old reels like this, I highly recommend that you visit a site. It's ORCA, Old Reel Collectors Association, ORCA, probably .org, although I'm not sure. And take a look at what they have to offer, and if you like this, I recommend that you go ahead and become a member. I think the member fees are like $40 a year. Gives you access to a tremendous library where you can find a lot of information on the reels, and you can also learn a lot about the older reels. This one is a Shakespeare as well. This one's a Superior, 1906. This has the E code on it, so I'm thinking that's 1960s as well. Well, that one's just crumbling. Look at that. Wow. Oh, well. I guess that just kind of rotted away there. But at any rate, we'll see what we can do here in terms of getting this one back and fishing again. I'm not sure there's an answer with that handle. I may have another handle around. I'll certainly have to check on that. Okay, so now we're up to a point in the video here where I think I can thank our first responders for everything that they're doing during the pandemic. I really do appreciate all of your efforts out there, and whether you're in the EMT, the fire, the police, ambulance squads, hospital workers, long-term care facilities. Thank you for everything it is that you're doing. It really is appreciated. Okay, I've got a reel here. This one's coming in from not sure who's coming in from. We'll see. Oh, Matson. It's coming in from Matson. It's a Penn live liner. These are always fun. This is a Fierce live liner. I think it was taken apart, and it's obviously been taken apart. The question is it going to go back together again? I suspect what may have happened here is that when they went to put it back in, it didn't mesh right. But we'll do a complete cleaning on this one. We'll see what we can do to make that a better reel. Okay, I got a whole box of reels that were dropped off for me by John. I think most of these we've done already. But again, if you have an interest in one of these, let me know, and we'll see if we can't recreate it. Got some parts here. including a side plate for a live liner. That's kind of interesting because he doesn't have a live liner in the box. We have a trip mechanism for some kind of bail string. But we have the International 965, one of my favorite reels for around here in fishing. I believe I've done that one already, but we'll check the catalogs and see. I have a Spin Fisher 6500. Boy, that one probably needs a burring. That's kind of loud. Otherwise, it seems to be working fine. Here's an earlier edition, the 4500. I'm going to post the 4500 within a week. I've done one of these in the last week or two. And this is the generation before. This is the 4th generation. This is the 5th generation. 3rd generation was the 450. And then the 2nd was the black and gold, and the 1st was the greenies. Right? And a whole bunch of the Pen 9s. Peerless or pens, nice reels overall. So John dropped those off for me as well. And then finally, if I get around to it, I actually have one that I purchased. I just kind of like them. But it needs a tune-up. This one is an Abu Ambassador 100, right? 1000C. Old school metal frame. Early bait caster with the narrow frame, just like the reel. It's you can tell it spins nicely and solidly made, and it just fits my hand the right way. I don't know how else to say it. It's not the most advanced technologically, but it just fits my hand. And sometimes that's the best thing to do as you're throwing the reel. If it just fits, use it, right? So I hope you've enjoyed those. If you do, and if you want to see any of those, please let me know which ones it is that you're interested in having a video done on. And I'll try to schedule my work around doing a video and getting my customer reels done. If you like a video like this, please indicate that. Most importantly, if you enjoy this, if you're making a hobby out of that, please subscribe. And if you do subscribe, please hit the notifications button. That helps me. And it'll help everybody by enabling me to do more of these videos. Okay, speaking of more, we got another box here. This one's coming in from, a soulmate of mine, Dennis in Texas. Actually, Dennis in New Jersey. Geez, you mean it's 2 Dennises in New Jersey? How do you like that? All right, let's see what Dennis is sending us. Wow. Okay, we've got what do we have here? We have a Daiwa. A Daiwa bait runner. I know I haven't done this one before. So this is the MCast. So I know I haven't done an MCast bait runner before. I think he said everything's kind of running on this. I'm not sure if what the issues are. There's a note in there that I will find. I'll definitely do the MCast just because I know I haven't done one of those. So it looks like I have my share of bait runners this week. I have a Penn Fierce. I have the 2-to-1 on the Shimano. I have another one with the live liner, and now I got that one, the MCast. And here's another Fierce. So we have a second Fierce here. This one is fully assembled, and they wrote me on this one. So this one has a problem that we were talking about earlier. So you're out of bait feeding mode, you're tight down on the drag system, and this is floating. Just it doesn't stop, so it doesn't give you that drag. So there's a little fork mechanism down here. I had done that on another video, but there's an intersection down here where that needs to lock in, and I suspect that that mechanism isn't working there. So I'm going to go back and check the video that I did earlier on this one. If it solved the problem, I may not do the video on this one. However, I may just do it as a standalone, much like I was going to talk about how to how the mechanics of a rear drag wheel work, and maybe we'll do what that is in terms of a problem and a solution. So that's it. That's what's on the agenda right now, and of course, as the week progresses, I'm sure that I will see more of these fishing reels come in, and when they do, I will hold them and try and do a preview of the upcoming videos after that. So thank you again to first responders. Thank you to all for watching. Please, all, let's stay safe. Let's continue the social distancing, wearing the masks, washing our hands, maintaining the protocols needed to help us avoid the virus. And those of you that are eligible for the vaccine, well, I know I just signed up to get on the list for mine. I would recommend you do the same. So best wishes to all. Thank you for watching. This is Dennis with Second Chance Tackle. Have a great day.